Hey everyone, so today I'm going to take you to a different area, an area that I worked on last year and then the year before that, so 2020 and 2019. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to show the huge area that we're going to be working on in the future for a future project. There's going to be like a long explanation, so if you don't want to listen to any of that, I'm going to do the timestamp or the chapter where it's going to be introduction and then the actual work. So just so, you know, who doesn't want to listen to me talk doesn't have to listen to me talk. But I'll do a pretty big backstory for this area. So this is the access point for this area. Now, this area has overgrown quite a bit since the last time I've been here. I haven't been here for a very long time. But, oh man, there's a bunch of stuff. So, this is the area. As you can see, this area is really overgrown with canary grass. And then as you can hear, there's a beaver dam. Or, I don't know if you can tell the distinction between a beaver dam and something else with your ear, but I can't either, but yeah. So this entire area, kind of like little backstory. So I came here in 2019 and I did a lot of work here. Basically this entire little bank that I'm standing on, I cleared it, I would cut it, and then I'd pull canary grass out of this bed. So actually I wore these same boots. These boots are like almost 2 years old. I did work here. I basically cleaned this entire little section out. I didn't get too far. I would get in the water, but I wouldn't go too far since these boots kind of have a limit. I did a little bit there, and then I did a little bit here. I don't know if I can find any pictures. I probably have a few saved somewhere, but this area has changed quite drastically. Looking at the water level, it's risen quite a bit, which probably tells me that there's probably another dam way down there. For example, you can kind of see this little pathway right there, and then right on the shore right there, there's a little stretch of mud. That's an indicator that this is a beaver trail. So there's an active beaver movement around this area. And I mean, that's kind of understandable because there's a dam there, there's a dam way over there. But I've worked here, I've done this general area for 2 years. I've worked on it for the past few years. I've never had any issues with the beavers. In fact, I think cleaning this part out actually helped them quite a bit, because I remember this area here that was clean. Basically all the areas that were clean were overgrown last year. That's kind of last year. It's kind of surprising that they're still like this. Like I remember this tree right here. See, there's the angle. There's that branch right there. If you can see that. Hopefully let's stack the camera. There's a branch right here. That branch went up like another 4 feet. And what I did, I would take a rake, I'd smack the top of a branch and I pulled it off. And I basically pulled off a lot of that. But that's also bittersweet nightshade in there. Also another invasive species. So, you know, you do the math, canary grass, that, and then in areas there's blackberry bushes too. And then downstream, I have no idea what's going on there. So let's take a quick second to go there. So this is kind of the, you know, to like prove to you guys that I haven't been here. Look at all this grass. So this is the first time walking through this part. Oh man, there's a bunch of spider webs. Ugh. And then there's some kind of canary grass belt. And there's another spider web. Okay, so this area is a little different from what I remember. The grass is a lot shorter here. I think, actually I have no idea what happened. A lot of it fell over and then I guess new grass grew. So, oops, I just stepped on something and I just broke a stick or something. And so, yeah, this entire thing wasn't like this before. This was a lot, it was a lot lower and it was kind of a moor channel. I didn't do too much work here because I think this area is a little deep. I think I mainly just kind of like pulled it off to the side or pulled off the edges and then I did a little bit there. I walked up on the edge, I trimmed here, and then I think I stopped right around there because it kind of takes a corner around, and that corner is kind of like on a very high edge, so I didn't really want to risk anything there. But yeah, this is the project that that I decided to take on, or I guess continue. I never really finished it. I just kind of started it. Wow, look at that. That's kind of deceiving. See how, oh, the edge changed too. Ouch. And ouch. Look at that. See that canary grass? It's not even, I was about to step here. That's not even on dirt, that's just water. So I think the edge might have changed a little bit too. Gotta be careful. I remember there's like a little portion here where I could walk through. So, yeah, it still seems to be here. But, yeah, there's like that entire thing. I don't know what that is. That's gonna be kind of interesting. So yeah, what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna cut all this up. And then I'm hopefully gonna start cleaning this. We'll see what we can clean out and how we can change this area a little bit. We got most of the shore kind of cut and then edged. I think edged would be probably the proper term. So the shore kind of runs like this, a bit like that, and up here, and then it kind of curves in and then goes back out there. But one of the things I'm most surprised about while cutting this, it's not the beavers. It's, see these little bushels of dirt? Those are mole mounds, or little mole humps, or whatever you want to call them. And they're, I don't know, that's just crazy. There's moles right here digging around their trenches and right next to a creek. I don't know, I've never seen that, I've never heard of that. Like way down there where I was working, earlier in the summer this year, there's a few videos where, you know, there's also areas that were flooded and then they cleared up and then moles somehow kind of appeared. Or even while they're still, you know, basically a little bit flooded, moles are there. You know, I just can't get away from these moles. I think they're following me. They probably followed me all the way from that area. They knew they were gonna come down here and they decided to help me out. And I have a bunch of dirt, little specks of dirt in my eyes. But okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna start from there and we're gonna take all this brush and we're gonna clean up the shoreline, and you're gonna see how just in one little area how much it changes. So let's get into it. Now, one thing I want to address right before I start, or maybe not address, I want to kind of talk about how the water's flowing. So if you look at it right here, basically you can only really tell it's a current where it's obstructing against something. It seems that there's some growth there that's kind of obstructing it, and then that's the only way you can really tell the water's flowing. I mean, very gently looking, oops, man, I don't think I was recording the entire finger thing. Very gently right here, you can see that there's particles that are moving slowly and slowly. So why I'm mentioning this is that I think if I remove most of this grass, the flow of water will become a lot more visible. Except in this case, there's a log right here, a dead tree that wasn't here last year. Oh man, you can't even see it right there. So we're gonna have to remove that. I don't know how I'm gonna remove that. I could probably pull it out like that and then probably cut it in pieces, but I need a chainsaw for that. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I just kind of pulled out this entire thing of grass, and man, it's overgrown. I wasn't expecting it to be that that filled up. But right now, if you look over here, now it looks like the water is flowing a little faster. I'm not sure if it's because there's more particles now, but it does look like the rate of flow is increasing. I think especially if I move that little section right there, you can kind of see how there's the log and then there's that little bushel. If I remove some of this grass, it's gonna start flowing a lot harder. So let's try that out real quick. So it's very hard to see, but right here in the corner, you have the little stream edge, and then right there you have the okay, maybe I lied. Maybe that didn't really do anything. I think removing the log would do more of it. More, or show more. Whatever, I'm gonna keep cleaning the edges. Well, actually, so I was kind of talking about the little blockage that's happening here. Opening that up actually relieved a lot of the water. I can see that now there's actually a stronger current occurring here. And the water seems to be increasing in flow. This little part is really interesting. I don't remember it being like that. It's kind of weird. And there's a lot more driftwood here too. I'm not sure how it got all here, but maybe it's when the tree fell. Because the tree fell somewhere right here and it fell in there, and then all that driftwood came in there. So it's kind of weird. So over here, in this area right here, you kind of see this huge, I can't really tell it's a mound, but there's a little bit of a bump. Now this bump is all the canary grass I pulled out almost a year ago. So this right here, those are canary roots. That's a huge root ball. That's one I pulled out years ago from this little part. And basically what I ended up doing, I just pulled it off as close to the shore as I could. And it seems that, you know, I hasn't really done much, just been kind of laying here. It's kind of getting softer, I think. Yeah, there's dirt right there. There's sticks. I don't remember sticks being there. But yeah, this is kind of just breaking down. As it rains, all of that kind of breaks down. And I'll just kind of wash this away. But yeah, wow. This place is crazy. So this is how kind of this side looks after I pulled as much as I could. Kind of like right here, I did a pretty bad job cutting this because it kind of grows weird. The line goes right here, then it kind of pumps out a little, then it goes in like that, so that's fine. What I'll do, I'll come back and I'll cut all this again. Now that I kind of have more of an idea of where the shore is, I'll get a cleaner cut. Then usually what I'll do, all the grass that I pull out, I cut it again and I just basically mulch it down. So that's what I'll do with this one, and that's what I'll do over there. So all this breaks down and then there's more room. So let's go do some on the other side. So it might not look like much right there, but that was a lot of material. We got only this little bit done, or this little bit part left, and I'm gonna call it a day because my battery's almost out and I'm almost out of energy too, so it's kind of a win-win situation there. But yeah, this is slowly opening up, as you can see, slowly and slowly. Well, basically with each pole, you can kind of see how the water's starting to flow. And over there, I do hear a waterfall, so something's happening down there too. There's another dam. That's why this part's raised up. So that dam over there, that's in the distance over there. That wasn't there last year, so that's new. That's why the water level's so high here. But yeah, let's clear this part up a little bit and then we'll call it a day. Okay, well, apparently my GoPro stopped recording. The battery's at 7%, and I guess it kind of turns itself off maybe around 10%, which is kind of dumb. I don't know why, but yeah, so this is kind of this area. Opened it up a lot, and man, I've pulled out, in this area alone, I've pulled out more material than I did in that culvert, just in like that hour, because this is just, it sucks. This is very hard. But you can see it's open now. It's flowing a lot nicer. And that's what matters. This is the conclusion of this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, drop a like, leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. God bless. Bye.